Let's go to the lines then and speak to Graham from North Yorkshire, who's live with us on the programme. Morning to Graham.
Good morning.
Just talk us through some of your story. You've certainly heard with interest. First, you must be delighted by what's been announced today, are you?
Yeah, it is really good news that the people are actually donating and the actual transplants are going ahead.
And what's your story, Graham?
My daughter Kay still has polycystic kidney disease, which is a disease that slowly destroys the kidneys with little pus-filled pustules, lovely term. And in March of this year, she had one kidney out because it was really bad. And then on September the 1st, she got one of mine.
My goodness. That's clearly been brewing for a while, and obviously, Graham, you were aware, obviously, how ill, to a certain extent, your daughter was.
She was very ill. The difference from pre to post-transplant was amazing. Well, is amazing. She was bouncing around the ward within a couple of days of having the transplant.
For sure. Graham, what was it like in those moments when you actually discovered you were a good match? Because it's not always, you can't always presume, because you are family, that organs are going to be a good match. And what was that moment like when you decided this, I don't have to think twice about this, I'm going to do it?
I think that was it, yeah. Don't think twice. It's a thing you do. Obviously, it's scary because you're going into an operation and with the risk involved. But
do you just go on to autopilot then, Graham? When something, announcements come through, actually...
I suppose you do. Yeah, you do a bit. You do as you're told. you just follow through, listen to the doctors.
Sorry, Graham, it's gone. I was actually... one of the comments I made earlier is I hope everybody would do that, but it must be an awful decision to make if you think about it too much, because as you say, you're fit and healthy going into an operating theatre. You don't, and I'm a real coward with things like that. But I must admit, I think I hope I would do it for my family, and I'd find it difficult not to. But yeah. It must still have been a very difficult decision.
It was. There are a lot of risks. I'm not a great person for hospitals or doctors. I think I've been to the doctor more in the past 2 months since I've been to had the get donated the organ than I've been in the rest of my life.
Just for people who don't know about the process, I mean, you say you're still having to go into obviously have yourself checked over, and Kay, of course, has to be observed for a long period of time, particularly to guard against infection. She's a school teacher, so she's obviously exposed, as Mary would know, to a lot of little viruses which can go around, particularly this time of year. For yourself, Graham, what was the whole procedure like? Was it not very daunting, and was it kind of quite slick in some sense?
It was, because we actually heard on the Friday before the bank holiday Monday, so it only gave us sort of 4 days thinking time if it happened. So bank holiday weekend, into hospital, lunchtime, down to the operating theatre, and woke up next morning. It all happened.
And do you feel fully recovered now, Graham?
I'll say I'm only about 80%. You get a bit more tired. You've got to learn to live with only one kidney. You can live with one kidney, but obviously you've lived with two for most of your life. It's a bit of a shock to the system, but I'm very well.
Have you been signed up for many years yourself, Graham?
Yeah, I've had a donor card in my wallet for eons, and in the old British Steel days, I gave blood in the 70s.
And from there, it's one of those things, I suppose, you just put the card in your wallet wherever you put it, and you just forget about it.
Yeah, I did, and I didn't expect my daughter to be the person who would benefit from it.
I just think it's brilliant, and I'm delighted, and, congratulations to you, Graham, and I hope Kay keeps well. One of the things that I find absolutely mind-blowing are those people who give to strain bone marrow, for example, who are willing to undergo what's really quite traumatic and painful for the general good. I mean, we would hope, most of us, that we would do it for our families, however challenging, and I know it most certainly is, but to do it for other people, that to me is mind-blowing generosity and altruism.
Absolutely.
And just incredible admiration for people who do that.
Graham, nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
We wish Kay all the best as well. Graham Dennison there, who donated one of his kidneys to his own daughter, Kay.